say it, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put the numbers on the board like them people.
Can Zeke deke again? Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is Madden NFL Football on EA Sports. Coming up, Ezekiel Elliott, fresh off 100 yards a week ago, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Dallas Cowboys. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, they've got right around 100,000 packed in here like sardines at AT&T Stadium, and with the roof closed and the bottled waters flowing, figures to be a loud and raucous atmosphere in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
The results are hard to argue. If there's a team better suited for the postseason right now, I don't know who they are.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cowboys take the field, and the man leading them, Dak Prescott, who's been remarkably consistent through his first 3 NFL seasons. 23, 22, and 22 touchdown passes as he put together a 32-16 regular season record in those 3 years at the helm. First down, Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after them.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. The dump-off gets him only 1, and now you're looking at a third down. The offensive starters now for the Cowboys.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
Prescott to throw it, and he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you? I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
On play action, it's Dobbs. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. From the gun on third down. Dobbs, he can run for it, and he will. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now Gurley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. These two teams, of course, met last year in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And, a lot of people were calling that kind of a throwback game to the 70s of the old NFL. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Gurley. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
I don't care what game it is. Everyone's always looking for an early advantage, an early break, and they almost had one there. That should have been an interception. Nice catch. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds.
And offensively lucky to have that one back. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. He's got a man. Complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper. An 80-yard touchdown. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one in SoCal. The Vikings and the Chargers from Dignity Health Sports Park. Coverage at 8:20 Eastern, 5:20 Pacific on EA Sports. He's letting it, and this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Dobbs being chased out left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good. Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, Elliott. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down. I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks. Now Elliott. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. picks it up, loose football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Following the fumble recovery, Dobbs buying time to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open.
And I think the ball's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Well, using Zeke Elliott in the passing game, that's something Cowboy fans are getting used to. Last year, 77 receptions. And you think back to his rookie season, he had 32 and then 26 his second year. But he's really on the uptick. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for...
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Dobbs is throwing, and he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Out of the gun, Dobbs. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now Dobbs, and he whips that one incomplete there. Cooper Kupp was his intended target, and that'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Dobbs, forced out to his left. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Steps away to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. To try again after the sack, Dobbs. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down. Makes it manageable now.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week, he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. 15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. He'll have a first down past the 40. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin with an interconference matchup in the desert. Arizona playing host to Cleveland. And the Browns have an early lead. And it's the Browns who have the lead in the second quarter. Jarvis Landry, a touchdown reception. Next, we'll head up to the Bay Area. Check on the Raiders at home in Oakland. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. Ryan Grant, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Silicon Valley to check on the 49ers at home at Levi Stadium. And they trail the visiting Falcons in that one at halftime. Devontae Freeman, a touchdown run in that first half. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now a throw from outside the pocket, complete out left. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards the pickup there. Last year for Everett, just 33 catches, 2 touchdowns, but he really has a chance to cement himself as a top tight end in this offense. People around the organization said he had a really good offseason, and he's ready to make that next step. Dancing to his left. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Then he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Here's Henderson. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Randy Gregory in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Downs. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On the stop was Aaron Donald. Again, it's Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Corey Littleton leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing, Prescott. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the 4th. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover. Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To throw again on second down. Dobbs. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 39.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up. They've got to...
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Randy Gregory able to record his 5th sack of the season. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw is Dobbs. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on fourth down. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it a second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaking up down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The kick by Maher is good. And the lead stretches, 16-3 now. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Buying time to his left. They'll find Everett there, complete. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Forced out to his left. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up.
On 4th down, Dobbs steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Another try after the 1st down sack. Dobbs, and his throw is incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after, and it's 3rd down. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Dobbs dancing to his left. And no, it's incomplete. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on